Hello Shelly friends, thank you for your interest and for taking the time this evening to join us for the presentation of our new products and technologies. This time we decided to change things up a bit and to spare you my wonderful English. I hope you appreciated it. The new products and solutions will be presented and demonstrated by their creators, our product managers. What I can advise you to stay until the end, because we have something very exciting for the final. Code name is Shelly X. After the product presentation, we will also share some new updates related to Matter and some interesting news about our product warranty. But let's not delay and start with the first product presentation.
Hello Shelly fans, my name is Mircho and I am a product owner at Shelly. I want to present you a few of the devices that we have developed in the third generation of the Shelly lineup. In the Gen 3 lineup, we use our own C38F chip, which now has 8 MB of flash memory, double the size of the previous generation. We have improved the PCB and the Wi-Fi antenna. We now have Bluetooth 5 with longer range, ensuring more stable connection. All Gen 3 devices will have KNX support out of the box. This will allow you to extend your existing KNX network using our devices. With this functionality, you can use Bluetooth buttons to control devices in the KNX network. The Gen 3 devices are Matter ready and the Matter support will be released later with a firmware update. There is also support for BT Home and virtual components, which allows our devices to control other devices using their API. The use of BT Home and virtual components will be explained later on in the stream. On the new Gen 3 devices, we are using improved terminals that are now one single piece. Compared to the previous generation, the terminals ensure more stable connection, which can withstand twisting and bending of the cables during initial installation. Another improvement is in the use of different screws, allowing installation with both flathead and Phillips screwdriver. The size of the terminals is now bigger, allowing the use of one 2.5 square millimeter cable or two 1.5 square millimeter cables. Let's start with the first device, Shelly 1 Gen 3. Because of its dry contact, it's a universal tool. Simply use it as a relay to start-stop appliances or in more complex situations, simulate buttons to control specialized systems by controlling DC loads, like specialized garage doors or anything else that requires DC switching or AC switching. On the Shelly demo stand, you can see how it is connected to a light bulb and we can control it with a simple light switch. The second device is the Shelly 1PM Gen 3. It has the built-in relay for switching electrical appliances. Alongside its switching capabilities, consumption measurements are the first step for energy efficiency. You need to know what consumes most. 1PM is a great tool for exactly that. When you know what your power consumption is, you can take action to reduce your electrical bills. The third device is the Shelly i4 Gen 3. This is a perfect addition to any of the other Shelly devices. On the demo stand here, we are using the i4 to control both Shelly 1 and 1PM Gen 3 and their light bulbs. The 4 inputs can be set up in all kinds of different scenarios. You can have up to 4 actions per button, which are single, double, triple, and long push. This allows the i4 to control up to 16 different actions. Thank you for the attention, and I will now pass the presentation to my colleagues.
More and more products are transitioning to Gen 3, and soon you can expect the rest of the Shellys to be Gen 3 devices, which mean the new Shelly chip more memory, and much greater capabilities compared with the previous versions. The most important things about the Shelly is that we continue innovating all the time. We don't rest, and we drive for the future of the smart home, the future of the smart buildings, smart cities, something which we see that you appreciated very well. Now, with these small devices and the KNX integration, in addition to everything else which they support, allow the products to operate as a part of a much larger ecosystems and enhance their capability as never before is made. But now, let's see the next product from the Shelly line.
Hello Shelly fans, my name is Ljubomir Petrov and I'm a head of product owners at Shelly. For a while we had 0 to 10 volts device available. During this time we listened to our users, and because of the demand for support of 1 to 10 volts, we came up with a new product called Shelly Dimmer 1 to 10 volts PM, a new Gen 3 smart dimming device. It's made to work with both 0 to 10 volts and 1 to 10 volt drivers like lights, motors, HVAC and so on. It now supports current sourcing mode, which was not supported on our previous device and it was widely requested by our users. Features. This device have power metering. We know that our users care about their energy efficiency. That's why we added the feature to allow the users to actually monitor and control their device based on the power consumption. This device is great for retrofitting, since you can now use one or dual button switching mode that you can actually control your lights, dim them up or down using your existing switches. The device allows for smart schedules. This allows the users to automatically adjust their brightness through the day on specific time or based on the sunrise and the sunset. The device can also limit the minimum and maximum brightness. This was a feature requested by our users where they want to actually control the maximum brightness on specific environment in their homes. As with other light devices, this device also supports night mode, which is great. You can set the light to specific brightness when you wake up during the night and get it back to a normal brightness during the day. Of course, the device also supports for push add-on. You can use the push add-on with various sensors to complement your complex projects that require sensor. And last but not least, it also supports all of our Gen 2 features as scripting, wall collections and more. For this device we'll show you a really quick demo. This is our test setup where we have 3 lights connected to a dimming driver that's powered by a DC power supply, that all of them are connected to our device. Additionally to our device we have connected 2 button wall switches. The 2 button wall switches are configured in our device as dual button dimming mode. Now you can just click any of the buttons and they will toggle the lights on or off. If you hold down one of the buttons, it will dim down. If you hold down the other button, it will dim up the light. Of course, this comes with power consumption, which helps for energy efficiency and monitoring. This device is a Gen 3 device. We know that our users use our device not as normal smart home products, but also as tools to accomplish wide variety of creative projects. That's why in Gen 3 we added various new features, like virtual components, which allows you to create different and complex UIs that integrate any kind of logic and third-party devices or APIs. It supports BT Home, which allows for local Bluetooth control of our devices. We are also adding KNX, which supports for various and multiple third-party hardware to be installed in a KNX system, and would also be Matter ready. Connectivity and integrations. This device supports Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi range extender and Bluetooth gateway. Also with Gen 3 we added, as mentioned, KNX. The device would also be supported in third-party integrations like Home Assistant, Google Home, Alexa, SmartThings and many more. Specifications. Most notably, the device can control loads up to 13 amps. The device also works in current sourcing mode, which is important for some 0 to 10 and 1 to 10 volt signaling systems. And last but not least, the device comes with the new improved terminals of Gen 3. Thank you for your attention. My colleagues will continue with the presentation.
Thank you to our head of product, Lubomir. At Shelly, we always listen to what you, our customers and fans, say. Following your preferences, requirements, and integration attempts, we created these products which meet all of your requirements and needs for the future usage. I hope this is a much more advanced device, even with the power measurement built-in, which is completely different from the 0 to 10 volt dimmer which we have until now. Now let's look some completely new. The new products which we're working very hard for the last few months to make them possible, and now we're ready to present them. Please.
Hi, my name is Atanas and I'm a product owner at Shelly. Today I want to show you the new Shelly BLU wall switch 4. This is a smart 4-button Bluetooth control interface. It can be mounted seamlessly with the various standard switch ranges. It can also be used as a standalone remote control. The main features of this switch are the long battery life, multi-click support and the strong encryption. Now I will show you how easy it is to assemble it with a Busch-Jaeger frame that we already have in our office. Here we have the Shelly wall switch adapter compatible with Busch-Jaeger frames. When we open the box, we have 3 parts: the mounting bracket and 2 frames. The first one goes on top of the button. The second one mounts behind it. Then we put the frame and mount the button on top. We have put a lot of effort to ensure that the device will fit into the interior design of every home. On our website, you will find also Legrand and Gira and Merten frame adapters. It is very convenient to use the Shelly BLU wall switch 4 as a remote control for your lights or window blinds. This device uses any other Shelly Bluetooth device as a gateway to transmit its signal. The user can set a predefined position of the blind or completely open and close it. Every of the 4 buttons can be programmed for up to 4 different actions. This allows the user to trigger up to 16 different actions with one Shelly BLU wall switch 4. And now I'll show you something special. This is the Shelly BLU button RC4. It is a 4-button remote control and is perfect for controlling your lights, window blinds and toggling between different predefined actions. It has multi-click support and can trigger up to 16 different scenes. The RC button will be available on our website in the near future and will come in 2 different mounting options. The first one, universal with the magnet on the back, and the second one, specifically designed for the US market. The built-in magnet on the back of the button allows the user to attach it to every metal surface in his home. And now back to the live stream.
Thank you, Nasco, for presenting the new addition to the BLU line. We once dreamed for the house without the wires for the switches, and now this is possible because really I'm using this tool for the last couple of months. And you know what I see, that the battery can life, it's unlimited time, because if you push just 20 times per day, this is 37 touches for the 5 years, which is almost nothing for the battery which we use in them. And even that if you not push 20 times per day, the battery lifetime will be much longer. What we expect, a minimum 5 years battery life and maybe 10 years in some cases. The buttons currently is en route to us, is not in our warehouse, but they will be available to be ordered and also to be shipped in the middle of June from our web shop. And through Amazon and other distributors channels, the buttons will be available of the mid of July. And of course, if you want the first switch, order the button, we will receive it immediately. If you're a little bit delayed, then maybe we can receive it in a month, because the first production every time is limited, and then the second production is going regularly with a much higher quantity. Thank you very much, but it's not everything. There is one more wonderful product which we want to present today. Please.
Hi again. I want to present you the new Shelly Plus RGBW PM. It is the successor of our well-known Shelly RGBW 2. I want to tell you about some of the coolest features of this new device. You can install one of the smallest devices on the market into standard electrical wall boxes behind power sockets, light switches, or other locations with limited space. Let me show you how small this device is. The new device comes with 4 separate inputs, which allows for various ways to control physically the device. All 4 channels can be controlled with analog inputs like potentiometers. As with our other white devices, this device can be dimmed up or down using your existing wall switches through the feature called one button or dual button dimming mode. The device also supports maximum brightness that can be set for each separate output in light profile. Schedules. Basic and advanced schedules allows to use wide range of color and brightness levels to simulate sunrise and sunset. You can easily implement circadian lighting, promoting better sleep-wake cycles and supporting overall well-being by adjusting light color intensity through the day. As with our other white devices, this device also supports night mode, which provides you comfortable ambient light during a specific period of 24 hours. This device is also Plus add-on compatible, which means that you can connect it to external sensors and automate actions on the device based on the external sensor readings. And of course, last but not least, all of our existing Gen 2 features like scripting, local actions, auto on-off timers, and many more. And now, because of the wide variety of features of this product, I will do 2 separate demos of them. For the first demo, I will show you a few of the input modes that this device supports. For example, you can see here we have connected a potentiometer that you can control your light by just sliding, in this case, the potentiometer up or down. Of course, you can configure each input in different modes. Here is another example of using a normal light switch that is actually connected to 2 different channels. It's hardwired on the actual second and third inputs. So basically this switch is connected to both of the inputs. On the third example, we have a one button dimming mode. It's a normal button that is configured to work as a one button dimming mode, and it works like this. You can, once you toggle the button, it turns on or off the actual light, and when you hold the actual button, it will dim down or up the light. Now let me show you our second demo board. On the second demo board, we had connected an RGBW light strip, the device, and a 4-button wall switch. By using this setup, you can retrofit your existing buttons on the wall to actually not only turn on and off the device, the light and the LED strip, but also to dim it. You can do that using the dual button dimming mode. For RGBW profile on this device, you can actually control separately the white and the color, to dim up and down separately the white and the color. You can use the wall switch buttons to toggle the actual LED strip or dim down or up the colors. Separately, you can use the other buttons to dim up the white or just to turn it off. This device comes with the following connectivity and integrations. This device supports Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and of course Wi-Fi extender and Bluetooth gateway. It's widely supported across different other third-party home automation systems as Home Assistant, Google Home, Alexa, SmartThings, and many more. In terms of specification, this device can control up to 10 amps in total or 4 amps per channel. Of course, you can always use an extender to control bigger loads. The device has 4 separate channel inputs and 4 separate inputs. More details can be found on our knowledge base. Thank you for your attention. My colleagues will continue with the presentation.
Thank you one more time, Lubo, for presenting the new RGBW device. It's incredible, it's very small, and at the same time, the features, it's amazing. You can control every RGB light, you can control the down lights, 12 or 24 volts, we can control them with the rotary switch or potentiometer, we can control it with the buttons. You can do so many things, and in combination with the scripting, this really is amazing device. It's available and can be ordered right now. And now, this is the first important news. And this is this news will be officially published, but I want to share with you right now. And the news is that all Gen 2 and Gen 3 devices from now has a 3 years unlimited warranty. What means 3 years unlimited warranty? It means that no matter what will happen with devices during the first 3 years of the purchase, the device will be replaced by us. And even if you bought already and this device, your device is the 1.5 year old, the 3 years warranty is valid for the device. And not only the Pro line. The Pro line, we extend the warranty for 5 years. Which every Pro device is completely covered with 5 years manufacturer warranty, and even that if installed, your device is already covered for this 5 years warranty. This is always because for the last 1.5 years we see that the fault rate of the Gen 2, Gen 3 and the Pro device is extremely low. Is much below than 1%, which is the very good results. And also the Gen 2, Gen 3 and Pro devices is made with a high quality components and under very strict quality control, which allow us to extend the warranty and the warranty to be much longer compared with anyone which offer the smart devices. Just in conclusion, Gen 2 and Gen 3 from now has a 3 years warranty, and Pro devices have a 5 years warranty. That's all. And something which is interesting now, because all the time we're talking about the new features for the Gen 3 devices. We talk about the virtual components, we talk about the BT home components, which is maybe not so clear for everybody. For these reasons, now our head of integrations, Mircu Mirev, and also the guy which is built and work for the Shelly Academy, will present you and will make a demonstration what exactly we can do with Gen 3 devices and virtual components.
Hello, Shelly friends. My name is Mircu Mirev, and I am here to present you the new development available in the firmware of the Shelly Wi-Fi devices. That would be the virtual components, virtual groups, and the BT home components. What are virtual components? You can consider that a virtual component is an ephemeral representation of an internal state or device logic, which is usually described in the scripts that could be deployed on devices. So they have two incarnations. They can be just representing internal state, or they can expose UI for controlling the behavior of the script. If all that I speak of is related to script so far, with the BT home components, you can have a very simple, already known behavior where you can interface a Bluetooth device to a Wi-Fi device and have local action So it's just a matter of using the UI on the device to configure what would happen if I press the third button of this Bluetooth device. Invoking a webhook using a remote control would be trivial now to be configured. What are BT Home components? BT Home components would be of all the exposed information by a Bluetooth device would be available as if belonging to the device to which this one is paired. So at this moment, when you pair one of the Bluetooth devices with one of the Wi-Fi devices, you would have additional buttons, additional inputs that you can use, the state of the battery of this device, and from there on, those are native, already known structural components of the device. If you know already how internally the Wi-Fi devices are represented, they have a structure of different components. These ones become one of the components on the device. So I will show you here a video of how this, just a glimpse of how this looks like. What would be the value of the virtual components? One of the things that we are trying to solve here is that since we have released more than 2 years ago the availability of scripting on the devices, there has been a plethora of solutions built on scripts. Some would be trivial, just gluing a bit of logic, maybe calling an external service, but some are extremely complex. All of the complex solutions require some way to represent to the user what is the internal state of this script. And until now, what we had was just maybe you can take a look at the logs and maybe you can infer what is the state of the script, or maybe you can just have, for some of the smarter users of Shelly and developers that are using Shelly, they build their own UI. But this would be a challenge for the usual Shelly user. And now today, what we offer with the virtual components would be an easy way to create an UI for something that you have deployed as a script on the device. I will show you now just quickly how a specific implementation of control to nearby HVAC thermal pump looks like on the device with few components. It is just a subset of all the available functionality, but this will be enough for the end user, and you can see how it looks like on the phone. The same virtual components that are in the solution are also available in the mobile app. So that means that we are bridging devices that previously were not available in the Shelly ecosystem. With virtual components, you can expose them there. I already mentioned, but what is the value for the BT Home components? All our BLU devices, they would transmit packets that would allow for any of the Shelly devices to read those packets and to have a logic on the device. Until now, and this was available ever since we had the first button, it was a script would be able to actually read the advertising packets, implement a little bit of logic, and then this is a full local control between, so wireless control between a Bluetooth device and a Shelly relay. The value is for all those cases, and this is not absolutely not uncommon for the users of Shelly, where people would like to stay away from a cloud connection, or they have to deploy something that is useful for someone at a place where infrastructure, building a Wi-Fi infrastructure is prohibitive for whatever reasons. They cannot deploy Wi-Fi, or there is no sense to deploy Wi-Fi for just one or a couple of relays that solve something. So if you have few things that you want to control and they are wirelessly, so you retrofitted something, a four-way button, and those things could fully work locally. I can show you now how you can pair easily one of the buttons with one of our relays, and how you can set up a local automation toggling of the relay using one of the buttons of this new device. So it is very easy. You have to take out the device. You go into the components menu on the device. There is Bluetooth home devices. So you press the plus. There is a dialog that opens. It asks you to start scanning. So we start scanning. We hold the button for 10 seconds. This will enable the discovery and finally the pairing between the two devices. And after these 10 seconds, the process is complete. You add the device into the UI, confirm, and then you have all the 4 buttons available for local automation on the device. Let me also create quickly an action to toggle the relay when I press the second button on this device. This was simple, and I really believe that actually this would be something that many of our users will like. But what if we want to, let's say, have something more impressive? Everyone likes colorful lights. So now we have here a set of lights that allow remote control. Unfortunately, the package that we got didn't have the remote control, so what do? We just pair the Bluetooth button with one of our Shelly devices, implement a simple script, probably like a couple of screens long. Now what we have is actually the button calls the Shelly. Maybe this Shelly is also in part of a larger scene. It controls other things other than lights. But this is now we want to see if we can control the lights. What will happen if I press once? We have many buttons. Let's try other buttons. Oh, someone decided to have more pink. Okay, so again, what is the benefit of this? All this runs locally. In this case, we need to have the hub for these lights connected to the Wi-Fi infrastructure, but that's all. A very simple script already available for quite some time online for controlling these hue lights. We just implemented, use the new functionality for BT Home components, and now we control them remotely. So this is the demo. It's all nice. We have the local control. We can control others, other devices that are not really Shelly. You will see, as previously you saw, the control of these lights would be also exposed in the application. So you will see the virtual component that controls these lights will be available in the application. So switching the scenes will be directly available if you access the device. You will see which scene you're turning on and off. What about if we want to have control over a system that we are integrated in? It's not uncommon that a Shelly user usually also runs some system for local home automation. And it is well known that Home Assistant is one of the very, very frequent mentioned systems. Now we will show you a demo of how we can use a virtual component that is available from one of the devices, that actually there is a script running, and this script calls a home assistant, a local home assistant available in the same network where the Shelly is. And then we have something exposed in Shelly app, that's a virtual component that controls a scene, or in this case it's a little bit simplistic, it's just a light, but this is exposed again in the app. Users can control third-party devices that are already available in and controllable in Home Assistant. That means that if you want to do so, and if you want to enable some of your family members, you can add this to one of the Shelly devices, and then those family members can use this to control this device. To conclude, Shelly is a company that is always walking along with all the users that are the creators out there, the people that want to break out of the usual standard things. And that's why we introduce scripting, and that's why we now introduce virtual components and BT Home components. All those new things will allow not only to continue developing the scripting, but now you can easily expose the functionality of the scripts in the local device UI. So what you can build is one single Shelly device could become a solution in itself. You can upload your scripts, prepare the virtual components, and then every user will have a new device that is actually well beyond what a simple Shelly 1 PM is offering. And then with this additional scripts UI, you have customized your own solution for the users that you are working with. And not only that, it's not only local, it's not only available in the local web UI. You can do it both ways. You can expose those virtual components in local automation systems. You can have those components control local automation systems. You can have those components visible in the Shelly app. it is one step further where we try to simplify the experience of the solution builder, of the tinkerer. So whenever you have to build something and you want to show this something, or even you want to build a solution for a customer, now this becomes easier. Thank you for your time, and I hope that soon we'll be back with more things related to the platform that a single Shelly device is, to the availability of integration options, to the deliver solutions based on Shelly devices and the entire Shelly ecosystem.
It's interesting, right? Yeah, such a small devices, and they can do so many things. It's very rich of the features. It's compared sometimes with what you can do with a PC, but we make it possible. Please do not compare us with the Home Assistant or other similar platforms. We are far away from what they can do. But our goal is to give you a possibility to integrate and control the third-party devices from Shelly app and from our relays and other Shelly devices. We want to make it possible for all customers because we know that it's a little bit complicated. It's mostly for developers which know how to scripting. But we're working constantly only on that way. And you can see that before end of the year, we're planning to release the first script store where everybody can just choose, click and install the script or virtual components without bother with the developing and programming something. It's under development, and I hope soon we can start presenting part by part these features and make these really beautiful options for everybody of our customer. But now, before the final presentation, which is with codename Shelly X, I want to brief a note about the Matter. The first Shelly product, which will be Matter compatible and Matter certified, is Shelly S. The Shelly S Gen 3 is coming out of the production line very short, maybe in a month. We just finished all kind of the testing, and we're waiting for the final stamp for the Matter to start manufacturing and offering this device. And which is also very important, we make a very hard work to keep all other features together with Matter. We talk about the Wi-Fi, about the Wi-Fi repeater, about the Bluetooth, about the scripting, about the MQTT, all kinds of the integrations, because we hardly believe that the Matter is nothing itself, but together with all platform which will be around, is something which could be really helpful and useful for our customers. The next devices, the relays. As you listen from our product owners, they are completely Matter compatible, which means that at the moment we finalize the certification, with the firmware update, you will receive the Matter compatible firmware, and these devices can be part of the Matter network. This is what I can show now. About the day, I tell you the S, it's coming, it's on the production line. For these devices, they also at the moment is prepared for certification. Basically, it's take a little bit while, such a certification, but I hope that during the summer we will be ready and you have a Matter for all of them. And now, I think this is something completely different, something which we just open now as a new streamline for the Shelly devices, and something which will allow you to build your one Shelly device, to use it by yourself, or to make it a mass production for others. And this is Shelly X. Let's see.
Hello everyone, my name is Boris and I'm very excited to be here with you today. As you know, Shelly offers more than 75 smart devices that cover almost all aspects of home and industrial automation scenarios. Devices that you all know and love because of the extensibility, because of the rich functionality and the ease of integration. One of the things that are making us happiest is seeing what you guys, our customers and the industrial installation professionals are building with these devices. We've seen everything from power monitoring and automations, EV charging automations, And we've even seen applications that we didn't know were possible when we were building these products for you. We listened, and today we're announcing our newest product line, Shelly X. Shelly X is a module that allows you to build your own powered by Shelly device on top of the rich Shelly ecosystem and integrate them seamlessly into your product or device or your infrastructure. The first module of the product line is called X-Mode 1. This is a module that features 8 input-output slots that you can configure with up to 8 inputs, up to 8 outputs, and everything in between. And on top, it also supports temperature and humidity sensors over one wire. If you're a DIY, you're going to love the simple no-code solution that ShellyX provides with the dev kits. Just configure the module, screw the wires into the terminals on the board, and start using your new product. And if you're a manufacturer, you can very easily enhance your products with wireless connectivity and smart capabilities using the ShellyX small SMD form factor. And yes, we can even replace your existing smart module with a compliant, EU-based, open and flexible solution. Just give us a call. Customization, compliance, and no hidden fees. These are our favorite features, and we're sure you're going to love them as well. Let's dive a little bit deeper. First and foremost, ShellyX allows you to start building the market-grade smart products and devices right away, with no additional costs, no hidden fees, and no royalty fees. Configuring your module to behave as you need it is done via the portal, no code needed there. But if you need more functionalities, you can tap into the scripting capabilities that every other Shelly device offers. And if you're an appliance manufacturer, you can easily elevate your product with wireless connectivity and smart capabilities using the ShellyX thumbnail-sized SMD module. No code required here as well. And yes, we can even replace your existing smart module. Just give us a call. With ShellyX, you don't need hub or cloud to operate. The devices are smart and capable enough to operate on their own. But if you need remote control, you can go in and implement your own control plane or integrate them into your existing infrastructure. We've got you covered there. All of the API documentation is available and it's on our website. Just like other Shelly devices, you can leverage Shelly Cloud. This is our EU-based IoT management solution. Shelly Cloud will always be free for you and your customers. And if you need more, you can always check Shelly Cloud Premium. We have a lot of sweet improvements there, and you might want to check it out. The Shelly mobile application supports all ShellyX devices, even if after you customize them to fit your needs. And of course, your new powered by Shelly device based on ShellyX gives you Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, embedded web interface, scripting, local actions, schedules, and instant support with more than 20 home automation ecosystems, just like Google Home, Amazon Alexa, Home Assistant, and many more. If you're an appliance manufacturer, we are going to provide you with the certification documents that you need to release a new product on the market. We can consult you and your team with the actual implementation of the module into your new product, and we can even help you replace your existing smart chip and ecosystem. At no additional development or engineering cost for you. With ShellyX, we offer 4 different module form factors. You have the SMD mounted chips that can be used to fit the smart functionality into a very small form factor, or you can have the dev kits which are suitable for DIY and prototyping work. You have the option with all terminals that you can attach any relay that you want, or we can have the board that has the relays integrated already. And now, let's see ShellyX in action. Once you get your ShellyX module, in this case, I have the dev kit, we need to register into the website. The ShellyX portal allows you to manage all of your devices, to do the configuration and do reporting on the performance of your devices. So, join me here. First, we need to sign up. Now, we ask you some basic information so that we can more precisely target the product towards your needs. Okay, now, once we verify our email, we're ready to log in and start experimenting. Before we begin, the first thing we need to do is create our new product. We're going to be experimenting with lights today, so I'm going to name the product Simple Lights. And this is This name here is only for your own reference. It doesn't show it, we're not showing it to anyone. Later I'm going to show you how we're going to set up the name that the customer actually sees. First, lights project. The goal of the project, we needed to get a little bit deeper understanding of what your needs are, what is the most probable use case for Shelly X, so that we are able to optimize the product as much as possible. Again, I'm selecting that I'm going to do lighting, a lighting project. The reason that we ask you this information is because in the next iterations of the product, we will be able to provide you with customized templates that is going to speed up your development process even more. And for now, let's see how our project looks like. And now this is the empty state. So what we need to do now is we need to configure the product. Once we do the configuration, as you can see, the configuration shows you all of the different fields that I'm going to explain a little bit in detail. And also it shows you the graphical representation of how the board looks like and how your configuration affects the inputs and outputs of the board. So my device name is pre-filled, and this is actually the field that is going to be displayed to your customers. Device prefix is a short string, a short identifier that is going to be part of the Wi-Fi access point, is going to be part of the Bluetooth name. So you need to keep it short, but at the same time you need to make it descriptive. So I'm going to do simple lights. And now we need to configure the inputs and outputs. As we mentioned earlier, Shelly X module allows you for 8 slots for input and output that you can configure as you can see fit. So what we're going to do here, I am going to say that I have 3 inputs. As you can see, they're clearly marked here. And I'm going to say that I have 4 outputs because I have 4 lights. Let's see what happens here. So we're doing saving changes, and now you can see the configuration. It's a very simple configuration. You can see it here. Okay, usually with other products, you are going to need serial to USB connector cable that you can connect to the board and apply configuration or flash the device or configure the device. In our case, we made it a little bit simpler for you during the development process, and we are able to do this over Bluetooth. As you can see, there are no connections from my computer to the board. There are no other gimmicks here. So what we're going to do is going to click this button, and we're going to see the device once I do it. So this is the device that I'm operating with. I'm selecting the device, and now I just sit back and wait. What happens now is that the system applies the configuration over Bluetooth. The device gets restarted, and now you will be able to see the new Wi-Fi network, the Wi-Fi access point, and the configuration. We're going to test if everything works fine. So now, as you can remember, we said that we have 3 inputs and 4 outputs. Let's see what we have here. So the first one works, the second one works as well, the third one's fine, and the fourth one doesn't work because we instructed the module that we only have 3 inputs. The question here is, how do we operate the last one? Let's see what we have here in the network section. As you can see here, we have the Wi-Fi access point with the updated configuration and the updated name. So let's select this one. Xmode 1 allows you to build a Shelly device, right? So just as like any other Shelly device, you can connect to the access point and open up the local interface. So here you are already familiar with this interface, so let's test it with the Xmode 1. As you can see, turning the lights on and off works as expected. You can see the 3 inputs here, and now you have the 4th output that you can control through the web interface. If you can control it to the web interface, this means that you can control it over the APIs, you can control it over LTE, over Bluetooth, you name it. You know that Shelly has a broad spectrum of communication capabilities here. Okay, so now we have the module configured. We see that everything works correctly. And now let's see how we can use it from the mobile application. First, we need to find the application and add it to Shelly Cloud. You can identify the modules very easily because in the application they're named ShellyX module. So you can select this one. And then we can specify which network do we need to connect to. I'm going to put down okay. And once we've put the Wi-Fi network that we need to configure onto the device, we just click the button and sit back and wait. We are adding it to a room, and now everything is working correctly already. Once this is done, we're going to see 4 different items here in the application because we have 4 different outputs. In contrast with regular shared devices, ShellyX modules can do very diverse things. So that's why we decided to actually show all of the components separately so that you can control them individually. And now, after the device has connected successfully to the cloud, to Shelly Cloud, you can see that all of these are already available. The separate controls for the simple lights project we have are already active in my application. So now, what we can do is verify that everything is working correctly. We have light number 3, we have light number 2, we have light number 1, and the one that we cannot control from the device. And that's how you can very easily and very quickly implement your own device using the dev kit. As you can see, this dev kit here has the relays integrated, but you are not limited to only these relays as powerful as they are. Here, what I'm going to show you is actually a very simple 3D printed box that you can print at home. And here you have a Shelly X Mod 1 driving these huge relays. These are up to 30 amps. So you are not limited to the amount of power that you can control. You can do whatever you want with it. It's just that the limit is your imagination. As we mentioned, today we're presenting only the beginning of the ShellyX journey. The immediate roadmap of ShellyX includes features like PWM output, additional communication protocols, even more powerful communication and scripting enhancements. We are sure that this will unleash your creativity and will allow you to take your automations and products up to the next level. And soon, when you see a product labeled powered by Shelly, you know that ShellyX is in the heart of it. Our first ShellyX module is going to be available on our webshop starting the 2nd week of June. Go ahead, order a dev kit or a module and start experimenting. If you need larger quantities or if you want to discuss how we can help you to bring your product to the market faster, please don't hesitate to contact our sales department. I hope you're as excited as I am about ShellyX, and we can't wait to see what you guys are going to build with it. Thank you.
Okay, that's ShellyX. I see many comments and questions. ShellyX project is just the beginning. And of course, every beginning is a little bit limited. Until now, you can use it to build your own relay, but very soon, the same module will be able also to control lighting, measure the consumption, or build the device as you want without coding or without thinking about the cloud. There are possibilities for manufacturers, for them who want to implement the Shelly module as a part of their own appliances. This is something which already is possible. It's a different kind of the module which we give them, and also especially for them which now using the other solution as a module for their appliances. They can contact us, they can contact our sales team on the ShellyX webpage, and we'll be happy to explain them how they can do that and help them for integration. And I'll tell you a secret. We're already working with some manufacturers. So you can expect the first powered by Shelly device. There will be special stamp on these devices and they will appear to the market soon. This means that these devices will share the same open APIs and integrations capabilities of the Shelly devices, the regular Shelly devices as we're manufacturing now. And I can give you one example what could happen between for example, if you have a robot vacuum cleaner with the Shelly module built in, what could happen, on top of the standard, the vacuum cleaning process, you can use this vacuum cleaner as a Wi-Fi repeater or the Bluetooth gateway. Especially if you have some remote part of the house and temporarily you need the connection there, you can just send the vacuum cleaner to make a Wi-Fi coverage, which is, I know it sounds crazy, but it's just the idea what the appliances can do in combination with the Shelly environment and part of the Shelly infrastructure, using our firmware and using our modules. And it's just the beginning. If you ask us what is the next, we prefer not to say, but really I can tell you that we can going far from this point for the future with a much more advanced feature and much more appliances which will be powered by Shelly. And all the time that will be very fun for us, for you, and for everybody else. Thank you very much for tonight. As you know, me and our team is on the Facebook page and our community. Don't forget that our community is community.shelly.com, where you can ask the questions, we will be happy to answer for, and you can ask for the support. We are always close to you. Thank you very much one more time.